Kairi Nasai Minasa. This episode of Kamen Rider Geats is so good, so freaking good. I really did not expect them to do this. Geats actually loses. He actually got retired. They actually did that to the main character of the show. Holy shit. What are they thinking about? I know someone has to be retired in this episode, and I really did not expect it to be as. No one gave the theory that it is gonna be as, and they blow my mind, okay? They legit blow my mind. This episode is, I would say, is a fairly normal episode, very, like okay-ish episode. But I feel like because of how important and how much lore has been dropped in this episode, it actually makes it into such a crucial episode in watching Kamen Rider Geats. I felt like this is the fun of watching Kamen Rider every single week instead of binging them in a single watch. So if you have friends that actually told you, hey, I'm just gonna wait until Geats finish before actually watching Geats, tell them to get on the hype trend right now, because speculating every single week, it is so fun, okay? Really amazing stuff. And let me just go straight into the biggest Nani the F thing that happened in this episode, and that is the fact that the Jyamato has been confirmed to be the dead rider itself. This is really crazy. I have been holding back on this theory. I always felt like this theory might not be true, but it has been confirmed that Jyamato is the dead rider, because we actually get a little bit of tease on that when we saw Ginpen final phrase as a rider before he passed away, spoken by this Jyamato in front of Keiwa. Does this mean that Keiwa has officially killed Ginpen in the process in trying to clear the game itself? This is insane, okay? This is really insane. It's like, can the breeder use the broken ID core to breed more Jyamato? Maybe. We do not know this, but the second big Nani the F thing in this episode that a lot of us need to crack our mind and put all of mind together is the breeder actually giving one of the Jyamato a name, and that is the name of Rook. He actually called that Jyamato Rook, and I believe that he also gave the Jyamato, the two-headed horse Jyamato, a name as well, because if you actually pay close attention to the screen, to the CG, the special effect in the series itself, they actually tell you what is the name of the boss. And when we saw the two horse head Jyamato, they actually call him the Knight Jyamato. So when we actually get to see the Rook Jyamato having his own intellect, having the ability to speak Japanese, this is really interesting. And I know one of you guys are very against the idea that, hey, there is a King Jyamato and a Queen Jyamato, but seeing all these things happening in front of us, I'm telling you, in the future, we are gonna get a King and Queen Jyamato, okay? We are definitely gonna get a Jyamato that is so strong that he is gonna earn the title King and earn the title of Queen. Are we gonna get a Jyamato called as? Could be, okay? That could be the final boss, and that is what I've been talking about. Jyamato is ultimately the final villain of the show. It is not the DGP, it is not the sponsor, it is not whatever human can do. It is not the final villain. The final villain is gonna be the Jyamato, and that is so amazing, because the story of Geats at the end of the day is a story of overcoming obstacle, overcoming the the hindrance in your life, even overcoming your own insecurity, your own situation, your environment. You need to have a breakthrough, just like the opening song when we actually see Geats being held up by the barbed wire. At the end of the opening song, he tore it all away so that he can continue to grow as a character, he can continue to move forward. And I really love how in the beginning of the episode we actually get to see Gilori using a very, very interesting choice of word here. He says that S has won too much time in the DGP and now he has become a thorn to us. He has become a thorn to us. So this is a very interesting choice of word, because when we look at the Jyamato Rider design, we can actually see that the Jyamato Rider are full of thorn and full of, like, he can use that whip, like the vine whip attack, and that vine whip is not Babazo vine whip without any thorn. We can actually see thorns on the vine whip itself, and it is so similar to the barbed wire that we see on the opening song. And I just want to refer back into the Bible a little bit, because I'm a Christian. This is how I review stuff, and this is how I connect stuff. Okay, so in the Bible, Jesus actually used thorn as a reference of hindrance as well. In Matthew chapter 13, we actually heard Jesus talking about the 4 types of soils. First one is the good soil, the second one is the dry soil, I think, and then the third one is the thorn soil, and then last one I forgot what is it already. Let me know in the comment section below. Oh, I think the last one is like they fell on the road, something like that. So the hardened surface, something like that. Okay, so one of the soil is full of thorn, and so the person that is actually the plant that is growing in an environment full of thorn, they are not able to be the fullest of themselves. They are not able to be who they are meant to be. And we can actually see this not only in S, but we actually see this in Keiwa, we see this in Neon, we see this even in Punk Jack. In this episode, we saw that he wants to be a musician, but he failed. And part of the problem is because he has thorn all over his life, and the thorn is the grandfather. We are not sure what really happened that causes him to fail as a musician. Maybe it is because like the grandfather purposefully like sabotage his music career and force him to take over the company or something like that. How about Neon? Neon's thorn in her life is the mother, and now we are actually getting to see a little bit about the father as well. So maybe the father is actually betting money, you know, like, hey, my girl is gonna become the desire god, so you guys better pay me, man. You guys better pay me money. You guys better help me, like, do more business with me so that I can be in favor of all of you. And maybe that is part of the reason why, like, the father of Neon actually encouraged Neon to join the DGP itself. And I would say another big Nani the F stuff is that Ben and John. Dude, Ben and John, oh man, you guys are the boys. Okay, you guys are definitely the best character in the show so far. I really did not expect them to be on the side of Neon. Okay, like they care about Neon more than they care about the father, and they used to be Rider in the DGP as well. How crazy is that? And we actually get to see their ID call. Like, we are not sure why the father of Kurama actually have the ID call of both Ben and John, or are they different? Okay, I feel like they are different ID call or something like that. But this also give us a really big interesting stuff, which is maybe in the future Ben and John is gonna join the DGP together with Neon to ensure the victory of the Kurama Foundation, something like that. That could actually be how the DGP is gonna get manipulated moving forward because of what Gilori does in this round of the DGP. I would say a lot of the sponsors is gonna be really frustrated. It's gonna be very annoyed with what happened. It's like, how can you do this to S? I put my money on S, I supported S, and now you purposefully want to take him away. No, if you can manipulate the DGP, I can manipulate the DGP as well. And I felt like that is definitely what we are gonna see in the next arc of the story, because we actually get hint that both both Ben and John is gonna become rider in the future episode. We are just not sure how are they gonna participate, how are they gonna get the driver itself. This is really interesting, and we also know a new information in this episode, and that is the rider are not chosen randomly. Okay, so I would say maybe some of them are chosen randomly, but not all of them are chosen randomly. Like some of them are being chosen by the sponsors itself. Like the rest could actually be just a dark horse. I would say Kewa is definitely like a dark horse. Okay, like they are not, no one sponsor him, like he is just that lucky to be selected as a rider. Or maybe his parents are secretly rich, because the story about how their parents died in a Jyamato attack and never got resurrected just doesn't make sense. What if their parents are also part of the DGP itself? It's a little bit similar to what happened to S' parent. It's like S don't really remember his mother at all. Like this doesn't make sense, because at that time S is already a kid capable of walking, capable of, I would say maybe 5 to 6 years old. He would definitely have more memory about the mother than just one single scene about the mom and one single name about the mom itself. So this is really interesting. So, and another thing why I'm talking about this theory is because we know the DGP has the ability to manipulate with people's memory. So what is to say that they cannot manipulate the memory of the Kewa sister and also the memory of Kewa itself? Okay, but this is really interesting stuff, the speculation that we actually got. Okay, but I'm not sure what is gonna happen. It is gonna be really interesting. But let me move on to the next thing, and that is Gilori. Holy shit, Gilori! Why Gilori? Why are you so heartless to our boy? Why are you so evil towards Punk Jack? Why are you so evil towards Ass? Like, god damn it, I really did not see this coming. But we need to talk about his driver. He used Vision driver. God damn, man, like I really need to make another video about the Vision, the difference between the Vision driver and the Desire driver, because the name itself carries a lot of particular significance, because having a vision and having a desire is two very different things. Having a desire is more raw emotion, a lot of raw emotion, but having a vision is the next step to the desire itself. When you have a desire to achieve something, you need a vision to see it through. So Gilori having the Vision driver actually tell us that he is someone who not only act upon his desire, but he is also someone that really have the idea of what he is actually doing. Like he has the power, he have the resources, and he make it his life mission to complete the vision itself. So this is really interesting stuff. But we also get to see that the driver uses a fingerprint sensor, so no one can actually steal or stole his Vision driver and use it for themselves. And I really love how he scanned the card itself. It is like installing firmware, installing the system, dominate system, and Glare, Kamen Rider Glare is so OP because he can actually hack another rider. Like, god damn it, I really did not see this coming. Like, hacking riders, what the hell, man? Gilori, this is cheating. This is full-on cheating. I mean, like, he is the game master, okay? So obviously he is gonna be very OP in his own game. Really crazy stuff. I really did not see this coming, but crazy, man. Really crazy stuff. A few things that we learned about S mom that I really want to quickly talk about before I end the video is that the name is Mitsune. It sounds a little bit similar to Kitsune, so I believe that is a word of what a play here going on about Mitsune and Kitsune, something like that. And based on what Punk Jack actually says, that this Mitsune girl is actually the predecessor of Sumuri. Before Sumuri become the navigator, Mitsune is the navigator itself. So we are not sure what causes the change of Mitsune graduating from a navigator. Is she hurt? Is she like being demoted? Or maybe she got promoted. Okay, we are not sure what happened there. Hopefully we get more information. And I'm really excited because in episode 14, a lot of theory that a lot of us actually have are coming to light. Okay, a lot of us actually speculated that the reason why S wants to become the stars of the stars of the stars is so that like hopefully when he becomes famous, the mom will actually come and find him. That is a theory that a lot of people have, and it actually came to pass. So I'm really happy to see that. Another theory is like the Jyamato being the Dead Rider theory. It also has been confirmed. And another theory that has been confirmed is Kurama Foundation is the sponsors of DGP, also being confirmed to us in this episode. A lot of theory has been confirmed. Very, very fun stuff. Very, very fun time that we actually have. But really crazy stuff. Okay, another fun fact, a few fun little point that I want to quickly add into the video before I end it is that one thing that I realized about Baffa's fashion design, like I would say Michinaga's fashion design, is that he actually wears quite similar to a JoJo character. Not gonna lie, when I saw his pants, his bright and colorful orange dark pants, like the first thing that I saw is like, god damn it, he looks like a JoJo character. I don't know why, but that is the first thing that crossed my mind. So very fun stuff. And another thing that I realized about this episode is that we don't actually get to see them getting their point getting deducted when they accidentally hit one another. And this actually happened in the previous episode as well, and a lot of people actually kind of like speculated like, maybe it is because Punk Jack is working together with the game master itself, so that is why like he didn't get his point got deducted and all those stuff. Even me myself gave that theory itself. Okay, but I have another theory today, and that is, since this is not a game of points, okay, you don't get points in this round of the game itself, so you are kind of like allowed to hit another rider and you're not gonna get any mark getting deducted at all. Like, how are you gonna get your mark deducted by like hitting another rider if the condition to win the game is to get the driver itself? Okay, so maybe this is kind of like intentional for this game. It is okay to hit another rider, and Gilori purposefully chooses this game to be it for this particular reason, to get S out of the game itself. Okay, so that is my theory. I mean, like, Gilori has to please the sponsors as well. This is what we saw, okay, in the previous episode. He needs to please the sponsors, so he cannot break the rule. So the best way that I can come up with that work around the entirety of this pleasing the sponsor, and he needs to show that he needs to show the sponsor that he is fair to all the participants of the game, all the player of the game, is by introducing this game which doesn't involve points and the riders are allowed to hit one another to get the driver itself. Okay, so that is my theory on why Punk Jack, Baffa, Keiwa, or even Nago didn't get any repercussion of hitting another rider. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this theory and what do you think of this overall episode. I'm really excited to talk more Kamen Rider Geats with all of you, but that is all from me. This has been a really long video, and I just want to thank you by making it this far into the video itself. Leave the word Totoro in the comment section below to let me know you actually finished watching the video. That is all from me. Henshin that red button into the silver one if you haven't, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Goodbye.